So, the Department of Veterans Affairs, who hadn't really been releasing new suicide numbers since the pandemic had started, they're finally like putting the actual numbers out again. The whole 22 a day thing has been a thing for so long. 22 veterans a day commit suicide. The numbers actually more to be between 40 and 44 veterans a day are committing suicide right now. And you guys worry about your Doge refunds. Everybody wants for a genocide to exist in Gaza, but not like taking into consideration the fact that since 2002, 300,000 veterans have died away in healthcare in this country. The country with the greatest healthcare in the world, supposedly. Everyone asks for a single-payer healthcare system. The VA is the world's largest single-payer healthcare system. It's never functioned properly for 5 minutes. What else can I go on? I am a person. I was an HM 8404. That's my Navy NEC. That means I am a sailor who went through Marine combat training. I have medical training, and I live literally. If this house is the one right there, you can see my middle school. It's not the one I went to. I went to junior high, to middle, it's a new school, but just all school shootings are still this year out here. I would be perfect right there. I pay $15 a year. I don't care. Let me go do that. I guarantee there would never be, if something happened, I wouldn't walk away. We live in a city where 2 police officers were killed just this weekend. Our mass shooting here in Virginia Beach took place right across the street from the 1st precinct. We had our Walmart got shut up. Was it Christmas Eve or like the day after Thanksgiving in Chesapeake? We're not digging around here for some reason, but it's like, no matter what I say, no matter who I tell it to, it's like the shit that we're going through, nobody cares about. They just don't seem to care. If you want a genocide, it's happening to the American veteran. If you want a group where nobody really hates us either. Everyone kind of likes veterans. They don't like us. They don't say this shit because they don't actually go. It's like saying you hate a firefighter or something like that. Nobody says that. We're quite literally dying. We lost more people. Veterans committed suicide in 2021 and 2022 than died in the 20 years that was the global war on terror. You hear what I just said there? In 1 year, more veterans committed suicide than died in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. That is fucked up. And the only people that are to blame is you guys. It's just totally the American people because you just don't give a shit. 1% of the people fight all the fucking wars. And it's one might burn of it. I don't give a shit anymore. 80% of the motherfuckers that died in Iraq and Afghanistan look like me. I mean, come and you call us racist for no fucking reason whatsoever. You just decide to call us racist one day for no reason whatsoever. Like, we're just gonna sit back and just take that shit. I've had fucking case managers at the VA tell me, well, you know who gives you your benefits, don't you? No, I don't. Nobody gave me I earned my fucking benefits, first off. And secondly, she all like assumed that I was a Republican because, you know, well, look at that. But up until this last election, I had never voted for a Republican for president ever. That had nothing to do with me. That was the Democratic Party is walking away. We're killing ourselves at 40 a day. 40 a fucking day. That's men and women, by the way. And women they're not bitching out in the way they're doing. They're doing it the same way we are. Just taking a gun to the head. And you guys are for like the last 5 years been talking about the possibility of an increase in suicidality from a teenage kid because they might be trans. That could be puberty too. It's called being a teenager. You took something that pretty much was like rock solid, biological sex, man, female, everything else is an outlier. I'm not saying that the Klinefelter syndrome doesn't exist, Turner syndrome doesn't exist, that does exist, but it was an outlier. Men and women were the base, human beings. Race is completely made up, totally fucking made up, absolutely made up, and it was made up for really bad reasons too. Remember I had a TBI, so if there's a stutter, I can't help that. Sorry. You decided to stick to that one, but then fuck with gender. That makes no goddamn sense whatsoever. It's 40 a day. 40 motherfuckers a day. 40 a day. It's a lot of dead people every day. We were safer at war than we are here at home. That's a god honest. That's the fucking truth. There's no denying it. And I say this shit, I've been saying the same thing in a different way for 15 fucking years. And the people I used to like bounce ideas off of, I can't anymore because they're all dead. They're literally all dead. Most of my close friends are already dead. And I get to go through the rest of my life. Yeah, I'll figure it out. My middle school's right over there, 2 minutes away. Not even 2 minutes, I can walk there, 2 minutes. I have medical training. I can probably shoot a motherfucker. Start shooting up a school and shit like that. I don't know. We're looking for new ideas. Like one of the most trained groups of people in the entire world are veterans. As soon as you get out of the military, you don't let us do what we did anymore. Other jobs do exist in the civilian sector, but it's the difference between the civilian world and the military world. In the military, the person who sacrifices the most is they're usually not there after the fact. They're honored the most. The people who win the Medal of Honors, the Bronze Stars, the Silver Stars, all that kind of stuff. But in the civilian world, there's people they deserve those honors. In the civilian world, the people who are honored are the ones who can sacrifice the most of other people. Just cut the budget and slim the margins and all that kind of bullshit. That's who you celebrate. The people who just will hack anybody, but don't give a shit. It's all about the money and the bottom line. You say shit like, we're going to war, but you've never been to war. You say shit in your boardroom, your trade, whatever the fuck you go to. You don't have no idea what the fuck. You would never say we're going to war every single day. You didn't use those words if you actually had been to war. It's the most fucked up shit ever. It makes no sense. You have no time to act appropriately. It's all fight or flight the entire time. And you come home and you're like, what the fuck just happened? You spend the rest of your life compartmentalizing what just went down. And you'll spend that, and in here, you probably have no idea what an iatrogenic response is. What that is when the interventions are actually what's causing the problem. You can't have, back in 2010, over 600,000 veterans in pain management on some form of opioid medication, and then come, 2010s, it's 15 years later, they have less than 60,000. Those numbers don't jive, because you can't have over 600,000 down to 60,000 now. As we're getting older, it doesn't really work that way. What you did is you strung these motherfuckers out, and you said, hey, we can't do it anymore. We got busted, sorry. And they took all the meds from them. These people turned around and they ended up getting felonies and shit because they're, buying pills off the street, because they were strung out. The doctors made them that way. And they catch a few felonies, and after your life's fucked, you're fucked. You start killing yourself. You're not gonna get suicide numbers in check until you start dealing with that problem. She goes all the way back to that initial problem, the opioid epidemic, that we're still not dealing with. And you guys are worried about your fucking Doge refunds. Principles before personalities. I've been sober for a while now. I don't know if you've ever been to an AA or an NA meeting, and sometimes you might hear a lot of shit. It sounds like I come from a damn NA or AA or NA meeting, because it's exactly what the fuck it is. It's that and just. I was talking to a friend last night. She's a sheriff's deputy for Virginia Beach, and I asked her, I said, you know the purpose of the law? And I wasn't talking about man's law. I was talking about God's law, or law just in general. The purpose of the law isn't to keep you clean. It's to show you when you're being dirty. And when you're being dirty, how to clean yourself properly, how to get yourself right again. And the way you do it, you have to show contrition, and you get welcome back into the fold. We don't do that anymore. You just cancel them. Cancel people, that's the bitch way out. You just better have to deal with them ever again because of something they did wrong. You don't even accountability is gone because it's personalities over principles these days. Nobody gives a shit about anybody else anymore. I'm literally talking about, I would go work at school right now. Kids would me, man, come on, dude. Half the motherfuckers I know have kids. I already raised your kids anyway because you were drunk the entire time. Or you just, I don't know, your kids still to this day. They're grown now, but they hit me up and just, because I was doing back in the day. Because you would. Or you guys just scream at your kids all the time. It's so fucking, it's just disgusting the way some of you guys treat your kids. But I mean, just completely it's absent the entire time. And you wonder why they don't want to deal with you later on. Or why they turn out just like you. 40 fucking veterans, 40 to 44 veterans a day are committing suicide right now. 40 to 44. The number of 5. I've been saying this the entire fucking time. When you take the Veterans Crisis Line and you mix it in with the National Suicide Hotline, and you call up sometimes, and there's some fucking 18-year-old girl that answers the phone, I don't want to talk to her. She has nothing that I'm going to say if she has any kind of experience in it. I don't care if her dad was in the middle, I don't give a shit. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Therapists. Most therapists are women. I'm not knocking female therapists, but I just don't want to. I've said this in a YouTube video last night about how female therapists, I stuck with them for the longest time because they were easy to manipulate. If I just wanted to get the fuck out of there, I didn't want to do it no more. I would just say what they wanted to say, I could leave. But it was Dr. Decker, Virginia Beach CBOC. The only, him and Dr. Myers. Dr. Myers was a psychiatrist. Dr. Decker was a psychologist. 2 dudes. They had me shit square away for a while there. One retired, and the other one's getting ready to. And as soon as I went back in the hands of a female psychiatrist, and now I have a psychologist anymore. Everything's what shit, plain shit. Don't want to change meds all of a sudden. Not realize that I have epilepsy for my TBI. Just changing meds up like that could put me back into epileptic hell. I ended up homeless again. For no fault of my fucking own. I can't help the fact that my landlord, the last place I lived, wanted to raise my rent by $600 per month. Because Virginia has nothing to protect people like me, or any poor person about that, for that matter. Do you understand the shit I know how to do? I don't think you do, but it doesn't really matter. But I am a vessel of wasted fucking talent right now. I can't go back in the medical field because of whatever. But I can do a lot of shit. I don't give a fuck about the money. I don't give a fuck about the money. Not the money for me. It never has been. People that chase their whole career. My shit was planned. I had everything planned out. I was 26 years old. I had everything I was going to do for my entire life. And then from 27, I got blown the fuck up. And everything changed like forever. And it just got worse down the line because the things that the VA should be doing now, they're not doing. So it's like all I'm going to do is become a more burdensome. I'm going to become a bigger burden. It's going to be way more expensive. And only about 8,000 of us died in Iraq and Afghanistan, which means a shit ton of us survived. A shit ton. $9 trillion is like the low end cost of the war on terror. When the brain, I don't want our Agent Orange to be suicide. It's going to be TBI already, which still isn't presumptive because it's just shit like that. The PACT Act was trash. You guys don't pay attention to shit that's going on. Whatever happens in the VA happens in the civilian world too. It's the shit rolls downhill. It's just now happening faster because you just let it get that way for so fucking long. I'm so fucking mad right now. I read those numbers last night. Thinking the year that those numbers really spiked was the year that the Joe, Kelly, Don, Chuck, that's the year they all killed themselves. Same fucking year. Off of something that could have been, I don't know. And we still can't. The VA is still not really open. And the people they let go, they felt like they're letting go, they were probationary employees, which is just fucking stupid. Those are the people who just got there. People actually still give a shit. That doesn't make any sense to me. You guys really need to start making sense to me. I'm just gonna go to war against you. I'm really fucking tired of it. I don't want to be here. I want to be in this country anymore. I don't want to be here. I really don't. I don't really know where else to go, but I need to get the fuck away from people. Or you need to start making some fucking sense, because you're not making any sense at all. At all. Dude, Marine combat training, medical training. I'm not just like first stage. Like, no. There's shit that I can do that an ER physician would know how to do it like right away. Just shit that I had to like think like had it happen. Whole thing like airway breathing, circulation doesn't apply on the battlefield. If you can't get circulation, like if you're just pouring out blood from all over your fucking neck, whatever, no good in establishing an airway if you're just gonna bleed all your oxygen out of your leg. So you have to go the exact opposite of that ABC shit. It doesn't work that way all the time. I actually had to do that shit. I had it fucking driving on 64 a few years ago. Some guy goes to the exit battlefield. He was in a Mustang. He's hauling ass, and he hit they got the overpass goes through. Hit the fucking with the pillar for the overpass, and he was dead. His girlfriend was real fucked up. But I came out of the car with a catastrophic bleed, all bullshit, and she's still here. She's still alive. She lost both her legs. She's still here. Just shit like that. She would have been dead had I not been there that night. Absolutely would have been dead. Not asking for anything at all. I'm just asking if you guys make some fucking sense. It shouldn't take me. They're already like doing appeals for these fucking people who Trump was let go like last week. I've been waiting 2,000 days for my fucking VA bill to come back. 2,000 days for a claim that was filed before the fucking pandemic even began. There's no excuse for that shit whatsoever. I'm getting tired of it. And you guys are not paying attention to anything. It's the same old bullshit. You guys are just fucking retarded is what you are. You're fucking stupid. I'm over it. I'm fucking over it. I should have to move. This is my hometown, by the way. Obviously, my school over there. I live in Virginia Beach, if you don't know who I am. I'm as local as that fucking boardwalk. I served in the military. I graduated from I actually graduated from Edward High School in Jacksonville, Florida, but I went to FC as well. Virginia Beach Junior. I went to SeaTac, for God's sake. I went to Burbank Elementary. I went to North Lane. I went to PA. All into school because they hit busing and shit like that, but they don't get any more local than me. They really don't. I should not have to move out of my fucking hometown to go find a better VA. Especially in a Navy town. Come on, man. The fucking Hampton VA is trash. It's fucking trash. When you can't fire your staff, what motivation do they have to work in the first place? And there's some dumb motherfuckers over there. And the next motherfucking person that says some shit to me like, I don't fit the criteria for homelessness, and you're sensitive because I look like this. That's what's happening over there. That's exactly what the fuck's happening over there. Because they had for a while, they were going to do like they were actually going to put like a veteran advisory board at Hampton VA. Finally. And everyone, they were calling me up, dude, you got to do this shit. And I was going to do it. And then some fucking psychiatrist or psychologist, just a few years ago now, they asked me not to come back because they were looking for a more diverse, whatever the fuck. The patient population and the staff at the Hampton VA mostly black. I was the diversity. So, but no, I wasn't the kind of diversity that won that place. So I guess, but at a VA hospital, fuck you. See, people who are veterans in the military, we don't deal with that diversity. We didn't have a choice in the first place. And if you're a racist piece of shit, you're not going to last long in the military. You watch out real quick. It's not us that's the problem. It's you motherfuckers. The military, we're good. Veterans, we're fine. But you can change the name of Fort Bragg back to Fort Bragg all you want. You can go fucking government spending cuts, like I said, but veterans we're still dying. We're still dying at rates higher than combat itself. And you don't give a fuck. Prove me wrong.